Is this America's Next Top Model?
Let's get sexy!
1, 2.
Landmark day at the Supreme Court.
History being made as we speak.
Live pictures outside the United States Supreme Court. Feel like we're running out of adjectives here as far as how you can describe what has happened inside these hallowed halls. Historic.
Samantala, lusot na po sa ikalawang pagbasa ng Kamara ang panukalang batas laban sa diskriminasyon batay sa sexual orientation at gender identity o expression na mas kilala sa tawag na SOGIE Equality Bill.
You actually realize that there is something wrong because people make comments or make observations and they try to modify your behavior. So how can you attach a moral judgment to something you had no choice over? You had no choice over. You had no choice over.
Gays in the Muslim world is difficult as it is, but in the areas where
he was also then stoned to death. His alleged crime being gay.
Sin, gay is evil, gay is the worst abomination to God, gay is horrible.
It worked really, really, really well. My dad could barely even hug me anymore when I would scream out in pain. Then we went into heat. So coils would be wrapped around my hands and you would be able to turn the heat on or off. So now if we had a picture, we then went into the month of hell. The month of hell consisted of tiny needles being stuck into my fingers and then pictures of explicit acts between men would be shown and I'd be electrocuted. At this point, I was completely done. God did not want me on this earth anymore. So we lived on a 3-story building. I told my sister goodbye and I walked to the roof. So my mom finds me up on the roof, says, you know, she will love me again if I will just change.
A lot of families actually want their kids to change their way of life just because they are gay or lesbian or basically a part of the LGBT community. I think it's because they live differently amongst other, and basically the mindset of people is that kung hindi katulad namin, parang inisip nila monsters yung basically that's it. There are cases where people tend to hurt other people just because they are gay, lesbian, and a part of the LGBT community. Parang tatawagan ka na lang, bakla, gay. They call you names. Sinasabi nila, pag bading ka, you're mentally incapable of doing stuff. Like, pag bading ka, hindi mo kayang do the man's work. Pang salon ka lang. Pag lesbian ka, hindi ka pwede maging feminine at the same time. Parang merong stereotype na nilalagay yung mga tao sa mga tao na not really true. Minsan nakakasira siya ng self-esteem and self-confidence.
We're a predominantly Catholic country and Catholicism bans homosexuality and condemns it. And also there are stigmas against this type of life, and there's also, in the most operational sense, bullying, and of course there are hate crimes where people will resort to direct violence to kill a member of the LGBTQ.
It depends on how you look at it, no? There are a lot of factors. For example, if you compare the status of our country compared to countries like Iraq or to even mas malapit sa Indonesia, no? Where it's actually illegal for you to be LGBT, for you to exist as an LGBT person. Definitely, we're better off. Pero when it comes to, asking people on the ground, it's not true. Because all over the Philippines, you will still hear anecdotes of LGBT people being abused, being, victims of violence just because they're LGBT. Tapos, i-compound mo pa doon na, kunyari, LGBT ka, tapos mahirap ka. O kaya LGBT ka, tapos indigenous person ka. And also, a lot of patriarchal values that our country holds on to a lot, no? And religion. So it's just adds on to it. So definitely, if you're just looking at the Philippines and not comparing it to other areas in the region, it's still not that good of a place to live in. Pag bakla ka, you're only fit for certain jobs. So, kung bakla ka, dapat parlorista ka. Or you're in the entertainment industry or in the beauty industry or florist ka, ganyan. Kung tomboy ka, especially if you belong to to people who live on or below the poverty line, conductor ka ng bus, tricycle driver ka, ganyan. Tapos, some of the more noxious stereotypes na talagang nagko-contribute to the violence that we experience, if you're part of the LGBT community, you're a pedophile or you're manyak ka na kesyo papasok ka sa CR or kunyari, if you're a tomboy tapos pasok ka sa CR ng babae, lahat ng babae sa CR gusto mong manyakin. It's the same way for trans women, trans men, and others folks in the LGBT spectrum. So, ganun, it's a lot of really bad misconceptions that minsan tingin ng mga tao, joke-joke lang. Pero actually, it contributes to a larger system of oppression that affects every single person in the LGBTQ community.
Coming out is this process of telling the people around you what your sexual preference is or what your gender identity is. I would say that families now, because it's relative to the past. Like, yeah, compared to the past, families are now more accepting of the LGBTQ. But there's still a long way to go. There's still so many approaches that families can take to better show their LGBTQ family members that they are accepted and not just on.
Kasi the Pride March, something that people always tell us is that the Pride March is a space where they can really feel free. Na you go there kahit wala kang kasama. Tapos pagdating mo doon, there's just this overwhelming feeling na may pagmamahal, may acceptance, ganyan. And something that I felt during my first Pride marches, no, nung mas bata pa ako, nung baby queer pa ako, was that I felt like even if I was among a sea of strangers and I didn't know anybody, it always felt like I was part of a family where I didn't have to pretend, where I could just, be part of somewhere where I can be safe and accepted. So that's what the Pride March, I think, symbolizes for a lot of people. But also, on a political side, the Pride March is a space for us to truly express and get out the issues within the community that are important to us. Kasi normally, kapag fini-feature naman tayo sa news, diba, laging katatawanan and all of these things, they never really feature the serious things about our lives, which is, our everyday lives, just wanting to get employed without being harassed or going to school without being bullied, ganyan. So, the Pride March is a space to let all those things be heard and then amplify it kasi ang dami-daming tao. So, truly, it's a safe space for folks.
A lot of changes. First, sana yung anti-discrimination bill ma-legislate ng maayos. Sana which goes hand in hand with the mental health bill dahil alam naman natin na isa sa mga pinakamalaking harms na nagagawa ng society natin to the LGBTQ community is, attacking their mental health. We have to make sure that the LGBTQ youth will grow healthy, will not be harmed mentally, physically, and spiritually. That there will be a space for them, a safe space for them in their homes, in their workplaces, in their schools. Basta the protection of their rights.
For me, I would like to see acceptance. I would like to see people accepting what we are. Kasi most people doesn't really treat us the way they treat other people, like straight people. I wanna see equality kasi maraming tao sa LGBT community na nalulungkot kasi nga lagi sila nabubully. I just wanna see equality para makita ko lahat na masaya naman.
I hope to see for them that the whole of the Philippines will be a safe, enabling, accepting educational space for them. Where they don't have to struggle anymore when it comes to their being LGBTQ. That's really something that we're pushing for in Metro Manila Pride, na we keep on informing each other and parang educating each other so that we can just make a safer Philippines for LGBTQIA people. Activism would be great. You don't have to go out into the streets with placards if you don't feel safe enough to. Pero activism can start in many ways, many small ways. Start reading about LGBT advocacies and our rights, why we're fighting for them. And then when you're more comfortable, start sharing what you've read to your circle. So, pwedeng yung best friend mo muna or your closer circle of friends. When you feel even safer, tell your family about these things. Make it a conversation topic around the dinner table. It might not always be received well, pero the road to change is not always easy. And kapag nakamit ka ng failures or obstacles in your activism, you just recollect yourself and then do it again the next day, because that's the only thing that we can do. Keep on educating people, keep on hoping that we can create better communities for us inside the LGBTQ community and also amongst our allies. Para one day, this is not something that we have to worry about. Being LGBTQ might become a non-issue. And at that point, when we have all enjoyed basic human rights and human decency, then that's gonna be a better world and day for everybody.
Love wins.
Love wins.
Love wins.
Love wins.